There we go. So
how have you been?
oh no, I got to scream first. Remember?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Not that that actually fucking does anything because it doesn't make like an editing marker or anything.
Yeah, but it's on brand, tradition.
Yeah. So how have I been? I've been good.
Hmm.
We've finally reached the point of the year where it's too comfy to get out of fucking bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, winter's approaching. I finally put the other blanket on my bed, and now I don't want to get up.
Mm.
And daylight savings apparently happened, which is why every clock in my house says it's about 10 to 8, but it's actually 10 to 7. So I think I'm
Mm.
finally back to plus 12 GMT.
Yeah, I think so. We had ours last week, so yeah.
Excellent. And how are you?
Okay, like nothing bad, just bored.
Dude,
But
imagine
yeah.
being bored, just go to work. It's easy.
Hmm. But yeah. Um, nothing's really happened. So, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
I mean, that's not entirely true. Some shit has happened. I mean, are we going to address the elephant in the room? It's not even an elephant at this point.
I don't know what you mean, but yeah, sure.
Well, fucking the coronavirus again.
Yeah. Yeah, so since the last episode, the UK is now in full quarantine. So we've been in quarantine for just under 2 weeks now. So yeah, before I wasn't leaving the house because college was cancelled, but now we can't leave the house at all. So
I think same. I mean, if you say 2 weeks ago, it's about the same here. So what happened on my end was, um, so we recorded the podcast on Saturday, put it out on like
mm,
Monday or something,
yeah,
and the day I released it, I get home, and apparently we had gone to what the government classified COVID level 3,
mm,
with plans to go to COVID level 4 in 48 hours, which is basically just their fucking wank way of saying we're going on lockdown.
yeah,
And the first week of that wasn't much of an issue. And then it was about Tuesday today after, everything's been sorted out at work so that, spoilers, while everyone's worried about losing their jobs, I'm getting paid more to do
fog,
less. Yeah,
fog.
I work 3 days a week, my pay hasn't changed, and I'm actually getting a 10% increase during this.
Stonks, my dude,
Yeah.
stonks.
Oh no, the stonks was while I'm getting paid the same, obviously the fucking company's in a panic.
Mm.
So all the luxury goods are on massive fucking discounts.
Like
So
what?
so I bought a bunch of Moro bars for like eight
Luxury goods.
yeah, for like 80% off.
uh,
So now I just sell Moro bars at work to anyone who doesn't have the money for like the initial investment.
fuck, fuck, dude. That's a Wall Street bets.
uh, but I don't know. I'm kind of fucking sick of this whole thing now.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
first 2 to 3 weeks was cute.
yeah. It's the
Like
new,
yeah,
right?
like I mean, you anyone who's in the Discord, link in the description below, um, probably saw me posting like, oh look, this is our toilet paper aisle. This is the toilet paper aisle at my
Yeah,
grocery store. Look at all these fucking morons running around like headless chickens. This is so cute.
yeah, yeah.
By Tuesday this week, I kind of just was sitting at work for, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually fucking done with this.
I'm done with this. Can it be over now?
I know the
Joke
thing.
was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good joke, but now it's just, the thing that's pissing me off is everyone's just fucking laughing. You
What do you
know.
mean?
So you know, they're not actually taking it seriously. They're just looking like they're pretending to take it seriously.
Mm,
Like, oh, look
yeah,
at me. I have my face mask. I have my gloves. I'm still wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and fucking
yeah,
jandals. Or as, I don't know, you guys call them flip-flops, thongs.
yeah,
You know? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah,
You know shoes. Good. Although I don't think flip-flops fall into your category of shoes you care about.
they have uses. Some Gucci flip flops,
Where you can
flexing
see,
everyone at the beach.
so you can see the toes. Mm.
Yeah, but no. Flip
So,
flops are sandals.
are you a
Like,
flip flops and socks kind of guy, or is it like flip flops and like stockings only?
both really, but yeah, like if I had to wear like sandals or flip flops, I would wear socks. Yeah, but my feet are mangled,
Yeah.
so
No, I'm talking about on
like
girls, but I mean, if you want to be a fucking fag about it,
I mean flip flops is not what I would necessarily consider attractive footwear for the opposite sex. So it's not something I think about. But
okay, homo. But yeah, everyone's just fucking laughing, you know. Like,
mm,
oh look, it's the end of the world. Let's go stock up on shit that we don't
yeah,
actually need for however fucking long this is gonna last. You know, let's
yeah,
buy 3 years of toilet paper for, like, let's say worst case scenario. Worst case, this is like 6 months.
mm.
I'm still gonna be working through. We're gonna still be supplying shit. You know,
Yeah,
we're
but
not gonna run out
like
of stuff.
no, but that's the thing. They're not getting it, or at least most people aren't getting it because they're worried and they're going to stock up. They're getting it because everybody else is getting it, and they can sell it for a markup.
Not really.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just so much fucking laugh. The other thing lately has been bread.
yeah,
Or,
yeah,
or at least the components
yeah,
of bread. Like, we've got, like, there was a massive shortage on flour about a week or two, like, yeah, 2 weeks ago. And now
yeah.
everyone's just buying fucking flour. Everyone's buying yeast. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make bread now that I'm stuck at home. And I've got five motherfuckers down my, like, baking aisle on FaceTime with their grandmothers. Like, hey, grandma, what the fuck does yeast look like? If you don't know what the fuck yeast looks like, you're probably in over your fucking head.
Yeah.
And I'm just so fucking sick of it now. Because it's a bunch of clueless fuck. You know, if it's a lockdown, you want to get in, get your shit, get out.
Yeah.
I've decided, you know what, rather than like avoiding customers like I always do, I might actually try and facilitate that. I'll ask them like, do you need anything? It's like, oh no, just fucking look around. Like, this is not the fucking time to be looking around. Just, yeah, so many fucking people pretending that it's an issue while knowing in the back of their head it's not an issue, so they're just gonna fuck around
Yeah.
within the little confines that this lockdown still allows them.
Yeah. Like in my local shop, straight after the lockdown was announced, basically for the first few days, like they were running out of stuff to the point where so the shop is in quite an urban area, but quite a poor area, and it's a lot of old people. So a lot of old people rely on this little shop because they can't even walk to the local supermarket. So she was having to like buy wholesale eggs and put them in like special boxes and stuff for them and things like that. But now, like again, like everybody got their panic out of the way, and like, oh yeah, now there's bread, now there's pasta, now there's everything you need,
Fucking
because the supply chains are still there. But it was just there wasn't any like a week ago, and now there is because everybody who was dumb enough to spend a fuck ton of money has got it now.
fucking pasta. There was this one bitch that came in like on Friday, not like this week, but the week before. And she's just on like phone with her friend or something. She's like, "How much pasta would you need? They don't have a sale limit here. Let's just buy all the fucking pasta." And these are like 5 kg bags of pasta.
Jesus.
Like, that's what, 10.5 pounds?
Yeah. About 10.5
No,
pounds. Yeah.
about 12. I don't know. It's 2.2 pounds to a kilo. Fuck you, Americans.
11 pounds.
You put that American
11 pounds.
education to use. Like, do the math. But yeah, for these 5 kg bags of pasta, and they're walking out with like fucking 10 of them.
Fuck.
I
Oh.
I'm not the smallest guy, and when I go to the store and I buy like my prepackaged dried pasta, because I'm not some fucking autist that thinks that it makes a fucking difference.
Yeah.
Like, one bag will last about 3 meals.
Yeah.
That's 30 meals in a bag.
Mm.
They just brought like 300 meals of pasta.
Yeah, no, man, but you gotta
And
stock
I
up.
I know this because once upon a time I got given a 5 kg bag of pasta shells from, I don't know, I think it was like some milsip shit that fell off the back of the truck or something.
Mm.
Air quotes there, fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And
I think the implication is no.
that that lasted a long ass time.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm pissed now because people are morons. One good thing came out of this though.
Yeah.
I had my first real life encounter.
In what way?
As in someone who's only ever known me as Moon has met me.
Oh
in real life.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, you were saying something about it. Yes. Elaborate.
So once upon a time, like actually it was like just before I started this podcast. It was before I started the podcast, and there was a bit of overlap, like the first month or two of it. I was pretty big into the RTS community of Supreme Commander Forged Alliance.
Yeah.
By some miracle, there's like 3 people in New Zealand who were part of the community. And by some other miracle upon that, me and one of the guys who did replay casts both lived in the same town, but we just never did something about it.
Mm.
And then as I'm clocking out on, what was it, Thursday? Yeah, it would have been Thursday for me. I'm just walking out, like, wait a minute, I recognize that guy who's putting his trolley away. And I confronted him about it, and it turns out it was him.
Ha! So what do you talk about?
Why we left the community. But which was basically just fucking politics and drama. Although not like actual politics.
Yeah.
Like the drama kind of politics that you have in a community.
Mm.
I'm sure you know this very well.
Yeah. No, we don't have any of that here.
Everyone just sucking on everyone else's asshole and opposing shit that is a general good just to spite motherfuckers.
Mm.
Also developers being retarded. Just fucking... Yeah, people wonder why I hate Havoc, and I always say he's just another fucking script kiddie.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about learning IT, but it turns people into the most fucking self-righteous, I figured out how the world works motherfuckers.
Right. So I during I know we've talked about high school before. You know, I was one of these people in that would put in the top classes and such. And of every class I've ever taken, no matter the actual level, like the most preachy, self-righteous class I ever took was A-level computer science, which is like 16 to 18. And the people in there, yeah, it's like they think they are smart. no one else is smart. No other subject.
We should
is worth
initiate an
doing.
IQ test for elections.
Yeah. So I like. Okay, so I remember everybody like there was basically the teacher was asking about virtually everybody here does maths, right? Like maths or like and like physics or chemistry or whatever. Is there anybody here who's not doing maths? Because he was talking about how if the maths you learn in this class will help your maths. And I was the only person who put my hand up because I didn't do maths. And like some of the looks I got was like, wait, you're in this class and you're not doing maths? Like, are you retarded? Like,
Nah, man, I'm gonna make fans, baby, in Python. It's gonna be sick.
That's the thing. I am retarded, but that's got nothing to do with it, right? I just don't like maths too much. But yeah, like, the absolute looks I got, and like, I don't want to say people were laughing or whatever, but people were definitely like, why the fuck are you even here? Like, if you're not doing computer science and maths, then like, why do you even want to go to university and shit like that? And like, it's like, there are other things. They're so self-righteous. So, again, like, I guess part of it was also that I wasn't amazing at it, and so perhaps I had a bit of an inferiority complex. But I definitely hated that lesson with most of the people in it because it was just. Also, there was one cute girl in it, and everyone simped her. Everyone. Even the teacher. I mean, I know what the teacher was doing. Basically, there were like 3 women, like 3 girls, and like 2, like in like 40 or 50 people. And one of them was autistic in the actual sense. One of them, I don't know why I'm saying this, why it's important, but one of them was quite overweight. I don't know why that's relevant, but it is somehow.
Because you see yourself in her.
True.
Got him. Dabbing right now.
Also, actually, right, unrelated though, right? I was the biggest person, like the fattest person in my, like, or at least tied for the fattest person in like my business and my economics classes. In the computer science, I wasn't even in the top 3. And then yeah, you had this one like who was like quite a cute girl. And the teacher would always like pander to them because I mean, in his mind, he's wanting to promote, equality and shit like that, right? So you'd always be like fucking like asking them first or giving them more help and whatever, which is perfectly fine. Like what like, but it was definitely kind.
To her credit, she was doing maths, unlike some fucking reprobate.
True. Right, I'm gonna. So me being an absolute retard, I started like 16 to 18 at 16, and then I dropped out after a month, and then went back when I was 17. And I did maths in my first attempt, and it was the teacher is honestly the most creepiest person I ever met. Right, looks normal, but he would never talk higher than like a whisper, and he was absolutely silent. Like his movements were so fucking silent. And you just look, and he would be like right behind you, not making a noise. It was so fucking creepy.
Dude, is he
so
me?
I dropped. No, he's really short as well, really short.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and yeah, it was just it was mad. So I dropped, and then I was kind of pressured to do maths when I came back again to do 4 subjects instead of 3. And I got in on the first day and noticed I had an hour and a half of maths as my first lesson, and I just went straight to the office and dropped the lesson. Like it's too fucking early. I'm not fucking doing that. I was like, no, I'm going down to 3. Fuck this.
But kind of just went to the like, okay, we're gonna push this class to like 10 a.m. or I'm dropping it.
Nah, I mean, like. I think it was a lot more that I just didn't want to do it anyway, and I was kind of pressured into doing it, and then I had an opportunity to just drop it. But yeah, just like literally first day, first lesson, fuck this. Go to the office, I'm out. But yeah, so I totally get it in the sense that like not online or necessarily always online, but pretty much all the people who I met who did computer science in real life are fairly insufferable, and have really big superiority complexes. So, yeah, I'm in agreement. Anyway, yeah, you're talking about developers having script kiddies.
Yeah, just self-righteous fuckwits that think they know how the world works.
Mm.
I don't like them. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, met this guy, great fun. Basically talked about why we left the community, and yeah, it was just a whole bunch of bullshit. Then I went home.
Mm. Fair enough.
That's it. But yeah, so I think that's all I have to say on this update about the fucking virus and shit.
Mm. Yeah, I've got. I mean, to get serious for a bit, my mother was in hospital, and she has symptoms and was kept for a few days. And her partner as well. I've been in constant contact with her. She seems okay. They haven't gave her the test because there's so few tests that they have to save them, and so if it gets more serious, she'll get the test. But yeah, I think she's going to be fine. But yeah, I just wanted to say that in a serious corner. That yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can make any jokes about that.
Mm. Yeah, I'd appreciate if you didn't.
So what have you been doing to stave off the boredom? What games, movies, like what are you playing, eating, watching, fapping?
Well,
it's Friday night,
right.
motherfucker.
Yeah, so see, I can't even do the time on the tradition of talking about gacha because I've quit gacha for the time being. Because I'm salty that I got bad rolls on the first day of an event after saving up. So I haven't played any gacha in like a week because I'm like, fuck this. What have I been playing? Recently, I got Bannerlord. So I've just been bashing that.
That's right.
I did my like
the
third play.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like the holy trinity of things I don't give a shit about happened.
Yeah, but I did another playthrough of Disco Elysium. I've been watching Narcos. I watched In the Thick of It again. I watched Barry Lyndon. It's a kino as fuck film. Fapping. Mainly what I normally fap to, which is amateur Chinese porn, and sprinkling some femboys. So just normal, really.
Just the spice, you know.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's changed there. I find that there's not enough, at least on the main websites I use, there's not enough good amateur Japanese stuff, like proper amateur stuff. Whereas there's a lot more Chinese stuff. So that's typically what I watch.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. And it's one of those, I can't even help you find that shit. My answer is literally just go to Pornhub for it.
I trust me, I have. Like I've favorited all the ones I like. I've got a catalog, but yeah, I typically find there's a lot more updates and a lot more new content. Original content for Chinese and Japan. I don't really like Southeast Asian like stuff typically, and again, kind of South Korea is the same problem as Japan. And the ones they do, they most of them self-censor. So even though they don't need to censor for international stuff, but they just self-censor. So
I mean, are you just talking about like the face or?
No, I mean, well, there's definitely a bit more of that, Asian stuff of censor. But I mean, like, not showing the penis or the vagina, or penetration or things like that, because it's not allowed in South Korea. But like, if you're making amateur stuff, you can do it if it's international. But because that's just the stuff they're used to and whatever, they self-censor. So
It has its advantages for live action Futanari. You know, like a censored real dick looks a lot like a censored fake dick, except for the fact that the fake one's like 3 times longer.
a man of culture.
Also,
Mm.
yeah, I've got a lot of this stuff backed up on the hard drive, but it's great fun to watch. Like if you watch both ends of it, like if you watch the Western stuff, yeah, it's uncensored. But I think the other issue is you can understand what they say,
Yeah.
and they realize how fucking ridiculous it is. but in yeah, but you know, over in the Orient, you don't have that issue.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Absolutely.
Although they definitely
But
don't know, they definitely don't know how to jack off their own dicks. I don't know if it's just a matter of like it feels awkward to them, or the like dildos are just really poorly designed to giving fucking hand jobs.
I
But
mean, perhaps, but I right, like I'd say women aren't that good at handling a dick anyway.
yeah, but
Like,
if you're getting paid to do it, I'm assuming you've got some practice.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, it's. I think it's a question of feel. You know, they don't know how it feels. You know, so like they don't know how to handle it. They're not master. They're not fucking masturbating every fucking day. You know.
So is that your excuse?
Yeah,
That's
I'd give excellent.
that was a weak ass joke on my end.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Don't worry.
Yeah, from everyone else, but not from me. I have standards.
You've been hiding them for so a long time.
Anyway, I got back into War Thunder for this event and a bit before it, but so you'll love what the prize is for this event. I'm sure you're very familiar with it from playing World of Tanks.
Right.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an O and it ends in a 9.
Oh, not the Object 149.
Close. 279.
Oh yes. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, we have the Object 279E. Because we only technically go up to the 50s. But yeah.
No, like yes and no. We know, like we've talked about this before. Basically, the rules that World of Tanks imposed on itself. Basically, and it shows here that there's the 3 tanks. Well, 2 really, depending on how you feel about the mouse being involved in this. I don't think it exists, but there's this thing where I describe them in War Thunder where they're the end of an old meta.
Yeah.
Before, but it doesn't work well for them because they're so good at the old meta of I've got the armor, I've got the mobility, and I've got a punchy gun, the holy trinity, and it puts them at this like ranking way above everything else of that rule set into the ones that realized, you know what, that's a stupid fucking rule set. I'm going to get a really good fire control system, a sub-caliber fucking nuke round, and I'm going to put my engine on methamphetamine.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Sorry, okay, I just want to get... Speaking of methamphetamine, I've got to talk about Tiger King. Okay, continue.
I've only seen memes about this. I await with bated breath.
Right.
But yeah, so there's the events going on to get the Object 279. It is a slog fest because it's based on determination, not skill.
Yeah.
Where you get a crate every 10 minutes you're in game. With a cap of 7 hours. So it's quite literally a full-time job right now. 7 hours work with 1 hour's break.
Yeah,
it's a full-time job, and you've got this for like a week and a half, which is great for people who are stuck in quarantine and
yeah,
can manage and have the mental fortitude to put up with this game for 8 hours a day.
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah.
I have it like the reward for the 279E is in World of Tanks. It's estimated to take between 50 and 100 hours to grind if you're like a decent player. It's a fucking slog to get.
Yeah, but well,
Um,
that's the other thing. It is an event vehicle for you, not a or a reward vehicle, not a You can't buy it.
yeah, yeah, you can't buy it. Yeah, you can't buy tier 9 to tier 10s. So you just, I mean, you can get help. Yeah, you can buy those boosters like if you like more experience and stuff. But like, you can't. Yeah, you can't buy tanks of that tier. But yeah, the 279 and the Chieftain, I think, are like the two. Oh, and the FV 5405
I've
are
never.
like the top tanks in World of Tanks.
I heard it was the 279 and like the Super Conqueror or something.
Oh yeah, the super. I think yeah, not the chieftain. Sorry, the super conqueror.
Might be the Chief. I don't know World of Tanks, and my information on this is based on this one video that happened to show up my notifications by Quickie Baby.
Okay.
Because he was bitching about these like the overpowered event vehicles being in ranked or something. This
Yeah,
was like a week
yeah.
ago.
The FV 4005. But oh yeah, I love Cookie Baby. Good
Wait,
guy.
isn't that the Death Star?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, yeah.
yeah. It's Centurion, I think. Like, well, based on a Centurion, perhaps.
We just call it the shit barn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's got a ship on here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I think we stole the name from you, but that's a good vehicle for you guys.
It's OP. Yeah. Like,
I guess like the stay.
you have to remember, this is not grounded in reality at all, or even
Yeah, ours is
theoretical reality. Like,
ours is very much just a walking pinata.
yeah, no, this is it's just the penetration and the damage it does. Like, it one shots. It does something like 2,000 hit points of damage, 2,500. Note that all tanks in tier 8, which is the start, like kind of the pinnacle essentially.
Yeah.
Or have like health of 1,400, and you can queue up into these tanks. So yeah, so you just get one shot.
Although I will say, to the credit of, there was one match I had where I was in the Lorraine 40T, and the Death Star shot a Hesh shell at an IS-3, hit the IS-3, and the AoE killed me.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't. Oh no, go on.
I was gonna say like the Lorraine is like the tank that when like it was like my one good premium tank when I wasn't serious into the game, and it saved me from having an all shit win rate, or an all shit like rating because like I was really bad at doing the equivalent amount of damage versus the damage I would get. But with the Lorraine, because it's an autoloader, I would just like rush, put 4 shots and maybe kill something, maybe not, and then I would die. But I was basically evenly trading. So if it wasn't for the Lorraine, like my rating would have been dismal. So I have a lot of love for that tank. I say that I haven't played World of Tanks in like
Vic and
3-4 months.
No mutual servers. Wait, no, I got streamer mode available. Let's turn that the fuck off.
Wait, two people just joined?
Yep, so let's see. What do they have a Steam account. And this guy has a nothing. Catherine from the United States has one friend called Richard. What's Richard doing? Richard is also in the United States. And I can't see his friends.
Yeah.
Um, By the way, if anybody's wondering, this is what I do to every person who joins the server. Is just immediately find out what I can. Well, they're both American, and Ophelia's allegedly a girl.
Like
I'm putting
I'm assuming.
a big fat fucking asterisk on that one.
I mean, what the odds on them both being the same person?
I don't think they're the same person.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just steeled by the whole fiasco several years ago.
What do you mean?
Undertaker.
Oh! What a coincidence you bring it up. Because I was asked earlier in the week, when are we getting the Undertaker episode?
Wait, who by?
I think it was Sleepy that asked.
Oh.
Obviously, he knows the story, but
yeah, he was.
He was there.
I mean, the whole thing, like literally, the group against Undertaker was me, him, and Nico. Like, yeah.
So, I guess we're gonna tell the story of Undertaker today.
We've literally got nothing else to talk about. Again, Tiger King is like my only thing. I don't know.
So we'll finish this off with Tiger King and maybe the fifth wave. I'll explain what that is if we get to it.
Right.
So Undertaker. So we've got to go back. We
gotta go back.
All the way to April 1st, 2016. So 4-year anniversary, I guess, of all this. Alright, so April 1st, 2016, at 3 a.m., I had installed Kado Shoujo.
Yep.
So that's basically the day I joined this shit show of a community. A day later, something gets uploaded to DeviantArt. It's just actually scary, like, how entwined these two things are. It's like, I joined the community, and then a day later, something is added to DeviantArt called Hisao and Lily's Married Life. Chapter 1.
Yeah.
I would not converge with this thing until many months later, after I had finished the game, gotten deeply seeded into the community, and then someone uploaded it to fucking the 4chans.
Yeah.
And what Hisao and Lily's Married Life is it's like 20 chapters now. A story about Hisao and Lily being married and Lily putting on the pounds for sexual gratification, I guess. And while at the time it wasn't written by, it was paid for by a guy named Undertaker. I think it's 33. Who we'll just call Undertaker from now on. After it was, I'll speed up a bit because I can't be fucked trying to remember how everything happens in detail. I might go back and forth and bounce around. Please bear with me. I'm autistic.
Yeah. If they've made it this many episodes into the pod, like, if they don't know how it works.
Yeah, if you're a true friend and if you're loyal, join my OnlyFans. I upload sock pics every day.
Oh, whoa?
For $50, I can send you my used panties.
Let me check my PayPal. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so it was brought up in the threads a couple of months later. And I hated it. I hadn't read it at the time. I hated it, and fuck you, this guy, kill yourself, you asshole.
Yeah,
Why are you fetishizing my waifu? How dare you? Go
yeah.
fucking die in a hole and choke on your mum's cock.
Is this based?
Nah, this is just
Continue.
this is cringe. This is really cringe. Cause I'll be honest, like most things I do, if I'm just hammering on fucking someone like that, especially if I'm telling them to kill myself, if I actually hate you, I generally don't tell you to kill yourself. Spoilers for
Wait,
anyone who's trying to
but you
figure out.
tell Biggest to kill himself all the time, so you like Biggest?
No, I think Biggest is a waste of oxygen. Like, he's not worth a bullet.
Alright. Okay, yeah, continue.
Um, yeah, so it was all mostly for show because I'll be honest, he was a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it was.
yeah, he's a nice guy. He's kind of actually hard to hate,
Yeah,
except for the fact that he's ruining my waifu.
no, he's charismatic and yeah, he's like yeah.
So
Sorry, continue,
so
continue.
despite this large difference in I don't know, waifu worship ideology, if you want to call it that, we kind of became friends. He became friends with other people, SHG included.
Yeah, yeah,
And along with most things, we joined Discords. He became a fucking patron of Artil, which
yeah.
we'll kind of come into this later. And
Yes,
yeah,
it will.
everything was kind of good. He was writing fan fiction. He was writing fucking fast.
Mm,
Like, compared to anyone who could technically be considered active at the time, uh, he was just pumping them out.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he was doing like maybe 2, 3 a week. It's crazy.
yeah. About that, yeah. Productive.
Compared to Fluff's one a year, where all I get is to watch fucking Hisao and Jigoro at breakfast eating fucking bear meat and like eggs. I think I forget what the fuck they ate. I think he was trying to. No, they were just eating normal breakfast, made like ass because he like puts the
Mm,
shells in the eggs because got to get that protein or whatever the fuck it is. But he was talking about
mm.
eating bear liver, which is apparently poisonous to humans.
Okay.
Yeah, the more you know. I don't need school. I have fan fictions. Uh, yeah. So he was pumping them out. He was gaining a following, not necessarily in the KS community, but in the fat fuck community,
Yeah.
and gaining a lot of fans. One of those fans going by the name of Alexander White.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Alexander White was an alias for a Chinese man working for the Ministry of Truth in the. They don't call it the Democratic People's Republic of China, do they?
It's the
It's just the Republic of China, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh no, the
No,
People's
no, it's
Republic.
People's Republic of China. The Republic of China is Taiwan.
I
That's
thought
the
that I
common
thought that was okay. So yes, he was basically a salaryman working for the Ministry of Truth in the People's Republic of China.
Yeah.
He also had a very good network of funneling money out of China to artists in the West to draw fat shit fucking fetish art.
Yeah.
And yeah, things were. And it all came to a head one day, and I think you know this part better than I do. Because I
Well,
was I was
yeah,
asleep when this part happened.
Well, yeah, like
but for reference, so we've known Alex at this point for about a year, not a
maybe
year, but
slightly under that,
like
but yeah,
8 months, we'll say.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right in the fact that I know this. I know this because I started it. Like, I take full responsibility. This whole thing went down because of me. Now, it was between Nico, i.e. Maurice, and Undertaker, but it was between them after I discussed this with Sleepy.
After a bit of a funny hypothetical joke.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like essentially it was my so right. This happened over 3 years ago now at this point.
No,
So
not 3 years. Can't be 3 years, can it?
2017, summer 2017. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the details are a bit hazy off memory, but okay. So the first, it's basically a bunch of things. Firstly, I'm going to say something very cringe. If basically, okay, me and Undertaker used to, before we got on Discord at the end of 2016, we used to talk through like DeviantArt messages and shit like that. He's a nice guy, really liked him.
Yeah,
And
I mean, fuck,
yeah.
I edited. Well, I wasn't really an editor, but I proofread all his shit.
Yeah.
For a
and
considerable
also,
length of time until I realized I just can't be fuck reading fanfics anymore. The reason I stopped wasn't a matter of
yeah.
what happened next. It happened long before this. I just couldn't be fucked reading fanfics anymore.
Also, I do want to say something for just before I start getting into it.
Undertaker, if you're reading this, if you're listening to this,
yeah, okay. So basically, he left, and he refused. We had a little conversation, which ended in him giving a middle finger emoji to me. I've tried to bury the hatchet a few times. He's never responded to me. In a couple of messages between other people, he said that we're just not friends anymore, which is absolutely fine. But he's never talked it through. He's never properly defended himself. I found the defense he gave to be lackluster at best. And rather than that, he just, essentially stopped talking to everyone and things like that. Well, stopped talking to everybody who thought this. So, for all I know, I'm just saying to cover my own arse. For all I know, everything I'm about to say is false. And he has magical proof. That being said, he's refused to give it. So I am going to speak in a fairly matter-of-fact tone, but this is my opinion. That being said, I do genuinely believe
we're going to speak in the fact of what we've seen.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing, sometimes when people didn't say goodnight to me on the thread, I would, I'd hit myself up with a goodnight, right? Whatever. And I said this to him in DMs, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he does that. Like, oh, I do that quite a bit as well. To like drum up some interest for a story." Like, okay, whatever, right. Then there's this person called Undies Fangirl, and Undies Fangirl is a user on DeviantArt who like only follows Undertaker and people connected with Undertaker, and comments on everything that Undertaker does, and his friends do for Undertaker. And the name implies what the sort of messages are. Okay. Then we get to this thing called the Wonka. There was basically a guy who really wanted his Wonka story and supported his Wonka story a lot. He admitted to me in DMs, I can't remember what it was exactly, but he basically confirmed. No, he did exactly confirm that Wonka guy was actually him. And he used Wonka guy to build up interest for the Wonka story. So he was having conversations with himself in the thread.
For the reference here, the Wonka story is basically Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but he's replaced the fucking the golden ticket winners with the cast of Kanoa Shoujo. Willy Wonka has been replaced with Hisao, and Oompa Loompas have been replaced with his friends OCs.
I didn't know the OCs part. All right. Okay. But yeah, so And then, yeah, there's a couple of things with Alexander, which is all of his requests. Like, okay, so Undertaker made a offhanded comment to me that he wanted, like ages ago, like ages before this began, that he really wanted more requests from Artil, but Artil would only accept, X amount from one person. And he said, like, maybe I should just subscribe to him again, as a second account. I was like, sure, right? And then, like, yeah, like a couple of months later, I had my first conversation with Alex. Alex was also a patron of Artil, and essentially all of his requests were requests for Undertaker.
Yeah, in fact, I can show you all of them.
I would rather not see them.
Oh no, they're very safe.
Sure
they're safe for work. They're except for like
well,
one or two.
Yeah.
Basically, he got.
I'm in my flow.
Sorry. Basically, he just got like this Wonka story. He just got like the cast card of Shoujo in the outfits that they typically wore in the show.
Yeah.
So like he got Shizuna and Violet Beauregard's outfit from the original Willy Wonka, the 70s one.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Here we go. Cool.
Sorry. Yeah. So, and yeah, basically I start getting suspicious. Now, the thing is, and essentially what kind of caught him out a bit was Undertaker had made this story. Now, okay, I just want to say the one thing, right? What is an American's idea of a Chinese person, right? Somebody who works for the Great Firewall, right? It's an incredibly stereotypical whatever, right?
Yes, for those who haven't watched Rick and Morty, I made a 1984 reference earlier. The Ministry of Truth does not deal in truth at all. Wink, wink.
Oh, yes. But yeah, so, there's already horse about, somebody saying they do that. But, the thing is like he'd already made the story, and obviously, hypothetically, if let's say it was fake, what you'd want is the person to be from a very different country. And shit like that. So anyway, he had encountered one thing, which is at the time, it was when I was on my year off, and I decided to pick up a skill, and so I started doing Chinese, and I sat a Chinese exam, passed actually 94% or 97%, one of those. But sorry, just had to brag. But yeah, and I began learning Chinese at that point. So I would try and, hey, I know somebody from China. He's on the server. He's a friend of my friend, right? So I'll try to talk to him, and he would never respond to me in Chinese. Which isn't, like, there's definitely, like, if people are wanting to learn a different language, they'll prefer to speak that language. So if
yeah,
you want to learn English,
that was his reasoning. However,
but like,
if my experience with Chinese people online has taught me anything now,
yeah. So I
just really need a macro for the whole fucking Tiananmen Square cast because I've been using it. Back to War Thunder just for a second. Ever since they merged the Chinese server onto the main server with the Chinese tech tree, I've had to use that pasta so fucking much.
But yeah, sorry, I can't. My flow.
Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, so, but like, he wouldn't speak to me in Chinese at all, like at all. I was like, you can't even say like one thing, like, come on, like we're friends and whatever. Like, it's just in DMs, like, I really need practice. I've got an exam coming up, and he's like, no, I don't want to. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just a cunt. Okay, fine. But yeah, the revelations about him essentially admitting to masquerading a couple of people and Undies fangirl. Okay, he's never said he was Undies fangirl, but I mean, come on. And the whole, I basically kind of get it in my head that, like, shit, like, is Alexander just another alias, and then that's when I did some digging and saw basically all of his auto requests were for Undertaker, and all his conversation was for Undertaker and about Undertaker stuff. He didn't really talk about himself. His story was so stereotypical and such like a high school writing class sort of story. It did fit because it was before I began learning Chinese when I asked him questions. Oh, sorry, when Maurice asked him questions after I gave him the note about how he typed in English. He couldn't give the proper answer. The proper answer being a pinyin keyboard. He didn't know how he typed in English, and he gave the example that he wrote with those. There's like a picture with 7 keyboards. These big round keyboards that have all the Chinese keys. And he was like, "Oh, I have a smaller version of one of these, which isn't real, and that is like essentially a macro thing. No one types like that. People type on a standard Western keyboard, but it turns them into Chinese characters." He couldn't answer that, and then he just left. But yeah, so basically, I'm talking about this with Sleepy. Sleepy, I'm not going to put words in his mouth. I can't exactly remember, but Sleepy brings up one or two things. It's like, yeah, that's weird. So then we go to Nico because it was Nico's server. I would bring up to him, and Nico's like, "Whoa, like, yeah," and he brought up something as well. And so then all this shit goes down. I have to admit, I felt really betrayed because I'd had DMs with Alex, I'd had DMs with the other person I had DMs with, Undy's fangirl. I talked to him all the time. I done an art request because back then I still drew. I did an art request for Alex, specifically for Alex, when it was actually, again, in my mind for Undertaker. And I felt really fucking hurt by this. Because I found that he was essentially manipulating me for free art and manipulating me for, a wide variety of things. We eventually, like, all this shit came down. Maurice was definitely the head of it. He couldn't answer any questions. Alexander left. Then Undertaker left, saying that we'd bullied his friend off the server. I had a DM conversation with Undertaker. He couldn't really explain anything. The one piece of evidence was he'd received $3,000 on PayPal from a person called Alexander White. You can make or $1,500. I think it was something, a large amount of money from a person called Alexander White, but you don't need to verify your ID up to a certain monetary threshold. I know this because my first PayPal account, I was underage. I still had my bank account and my card linked to it. And it was never checked because I could still make purchases. And when I talked with support, because I was 18 and I needed to remove the restriction on a monetary amount, I think like £2,500. They were like, "We can't change this because you violated the terms of service. You have to make a new account." So I had to make a new account. So I know that you can send these things with, there is a monetary limit. You can essentially put any name, any whatever. So, I mean, perhaps it's, again, this is the thing, perhaps it's entirely true. He just didn't tell me. He just didn't give me any good evidence at all. And I thought that the fact that my friend, who we'd been very good friends with for over a year, whatever, was willing to essentially shut this whole thing down. He didn't talk to me, didn't give any reasonable, I say reasonable, like that was his one piece of evidence, was this PayPal thing. I mean, again, like, not to get all conspiracy theory, but there's also the whole, inspect element, So it was, like there was nothing in any. So I just said, you know what, actually, until you can provide me with a reasonable expectation, I think we shouldn't talk to each other anymore. I wish you well and all that. And he sent me a middle finger as a response. And he's never talked to me since. I have, like, a couple of times through the intermediate say, like, "Listen, do you want to, like, bury the hatchet or whatever?" Because as time went on, my passions have cooled, whatever. Like, I still think that socially and whatever, he's a decent guy. And, I don't want this big thing hanging over me, but he doesn't want to talk to me, which is, he's right, he doesn't have to. So, that's kind of the overview of the Alex thing and the Undertaker thing. So I haven't really talked to him since then.
The funny thing is, I didn't actually know all that. Because
Right.
my the version I had in my head of how it went down was you basically just like none of this pre theorizing shit. My one was basically you left like a meme and like a shit post and just like, isn't it weird how we never see Alex and Undertaker at the same time? And then like Nico got his pug pondering. That's an old joke for all you old fags out there.
Yeah.
But he ran with it until
So
that was the version I had in my head of how it went down. So it's good to know the other side.
Yeah. So basically, I messaged Sleepy first because me and Sleepy, play games, talk all the time. I'd kind of brought this up to him, and Sleepy brought up one or two things. I was like, shit, that makes it, like that goes into it. And then we talked with Maurice, and we had this like private DM group where we were just kind of like talking about all of this. And I'll fully admit, like, I was like 17 or something, and when I was 50, like 14, 15, I was basically a white nationalist because I just took the red pill a bit too hard. So like I kind of think that was definitely like we were all just feeding it into each other, like and getting this up, and working ourselves up.
And then we find out that Undertaker's actually Jewish. Jews behind everything.
But the meme and whatever, but it was definitely like I think people know about me, who know me as like it's changed recently. And I can elaborate a lot on this, if we're still struggling for things to talk about. But I'm not huge on confrontation, so I wasn't willing to bring it up to Undertaker. But Maurice was just like, "Yeah, all right, fuck it, I'll do it." So that was why it looked kind of on the outside as it was, but like as Nico versus Undertaker. But I'll admit, I was like, we were in this group, and I was like DMing him. Okay, ask him about this. Ask him about the keyboard. Right? Shit like this.
Ask him how big his pee-pee is.
So yeah. But yeah, like again, it was something that had been on my mind for a while, and I just kind of offhandedly mentioned it to Sleepy, and it just kind of went from there. But yeah, it wasn't just like isn't it weird and hard at the same time? Like no, it was something, and I'll admit I felt really hurt by it. Because I'd had, really long kind of personal conversations with essentially all of these people. And I was suddenly kind of thinking, like, wait, none of them are real. So, yeah, like, that got to me a lot. Again, this is an open thing. If I don't have the story, if my whole thing's wrong, Undertaken, you somehow listen and let's tell me. Like, tell us. But he hasn't in 3 years, so...
Yeah. I'll temper this with my version of events of how things went down.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll admit, from my point of view, this is one of my darkest times in my life because I mean, not to fucking toot my own horn, I think I'm a pretty smart guy. And
right,
as we can see with like how much I just like, dude joins the server and 10 seconds later I'm already trying to learn everything I can about him.
Yeah.
This entire thing flew right under my radar. Just, it's like there was never this voice in the back of my head going, maybe I should question some of what's going on right fucking now.
Yeah.
Which... yeah, that never happens. I question everything, but you know what? This Chinese guy who's into fat chicks, never once.
It's so preposterous when you like put it into words. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like it never occurred to me. And then everything, like I was asleep or something when all of this like exploded. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm looking at the wreckage and
Sorry, I hate to bring this. I just remembered one thing. About 1 week or 2 weeks before this happened, somebody joined the server who was from Sunderland, which you know very well. But it was from Sunderland, mutual friend, Undertaker, and Alexander White. and it was like that was the other thing. That was like the other person who I talked to as well. Yeah, it was like a week before somebody just 5 miles away, but he didn't know the metro system, which is our subway system. I said like, well, how do you get in, whatever, and he didn't know that we had a subway system.
I just go to Leeds,
which is. But like, you know, he doesn't know we have the subway system. You know, the subway system that connects the entire municipality, and is like kind of the only way to get from some. Yeah, it was fucking mad. Anyway, continue. Sorry, I just had to jump in there.
Yeah, so I wake up the next morning and I'm just looking at this wreckage of what the fuck happened, and then I start thinking back to every single interaction I've had, and God, was I dumb.
Yeah. So wait. So you agree? Like you think it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like there was, like the big one that always hits me is like, how did I not see this? Was this moment when Undertaker was talking about this big project he had planned for like an art commission.
Yeah.
Artul, great guy, draws fat shit upon request. He doesn't enjoy it, I don't think, but you know, as SHG, as SHG says, when you know he's in the pub toilet, $20 is $20.
Fuck off. Yeah.
But his slots are limited, and back at this time, it was very much first in, first serve at the start of the month.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, he was talking about this plan where he wanted to basically book off an entire stream where he had all these friends who were interested in this grand idea. Where they wanted to block off this entire stream full of only this one fat shit thing. And I was opposed to it. And I was arguing with Alex about this, actually. And in hindsight, he had some very capitalistic worldviews. You know what? I'm paying him. If he doesn't want it, he can turn down the money. And I was like, I'm thinking this is a bad idea, you know. There's more people than just fat fucks in this world. They don't want to see this. You're literally just hijacking this for your own purposes. And you know, he disagreed with me with these very capitalistic worldviews.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically, well, not long after this whole thing blew up, and the idea never happened. So I started thinking, it's like, was he actually gonna make like 3 other sock puppet accounts?
Yeah.
For this. Yeah, that was one of the big ones that hit me. And the dumbest part is like after this argument, I then like immediately after the argument, I DM Undertaker and I'm like, dude, have you heard what Alex is trying to fucking do? And God, was I fucking dumb? Just fuck, I'm stupid. I really beat myself up over this.
Like it's one. I don't know if fallacy is the right word, but there's this like phenomenon where, yes, not fallacy. It's like a phenomenon where you, like, okay, if let's say I said to you, I don't know, you know, the capital of Mongo.
What if you said to me that you're 18? Dab.
Fuck off, right? But like the capital of Mongolia.
Hang on, we'll just
God.
No, sorry, we'll just say that for the record, we're not perfect.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Which is again like I have to say, like I have tried to bury the hatchet because with time, like again, I was underage and like. Yeah, with time passing, it's not really that big of a deal. Just at the time, I was very hurt by it. But yeah, absolutely. But let's say I say to you that the capital of Mongolia is Ulaanbaatar, right? And then you talk to somebody the next day and say, "Do you know what the capital of Mongolia is?" And they're like, "No." And you're like, "How do you not know? Everyone knows what the capital of Mongolia is, even though you just learned it the previous day." Like. it's that sort of thing where if you know something, kind of everyone should know it, and it's like common knowledge. It's I think it coincides with like the Dunning-Kruger effect, with when you believe that you're way better at something than you actually are, like you're more of an expert on something because you know some stuff about it, so you think everybody should know some stuff about it, and they don't know this stuff that you know about it, so you think you're a genius when in reality it's still very basic stuff. But it just begins to
TLDR,
specialize.
ha, common sense isn't all that common.
Yeah, it's just like I don't want to be all like, oh yeah, dude, how did you not see it? Because like again, I saw it like a week before this whole thing happened. You know, I'd still had like months and months of conversations with all of these people.
Yeah,
you know, and it just clicked. Yeah, I don't know how it just clicked to me. It's this random thought. Oh yeah, no, right. It was like this little thought in my head, and for me, you know, don't want to get all personal or whatever, but I had to go to like therapy quite a bit, and because I bottled stuff, and I was like told like what you need to do is you need to talk things out. This is always why I try and talk to someone if I have a problem with them. But I was talking to sleep, and I said I just need to type this out and talk this out because I need to get it out of my system because it's not true. Like this, I've got this mad thought in my head, and it's absolutely not true. But I just have to say it so I can get it out. And rather than what I expected was him going like, "Yeah, dude, that's batshit crazy," he was like, "You know that makes sense. This happened as well." And then yeah, we just kind of went from there like, "Oh, maybe I'm not insane." So, but even when I thought I knew it, I was like, "And listen, I'm not trying to like defend your honor or whatever, because I would love to pull one over you, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, like I really did. I thought I was like batshit crazy, but no, yeah, other people said stuff, so yeah. But yeah, which made a point where I was like, this was basically the moment that killed that server. It was kind of all downhill from there, basically. Which I don't know if it's true or not, but like definitely it kind of changed.
Everyone has their own theories on what killed what server, what did this, when Germany started losing the fucking war. But yeah, I guess the epilogue, I mean, we'll do the epilogue to all this, is, what happened next is basically he left the server, his aliases left the server, his aliases stopped requesting, fat shit. I'm trying to remember what was actually I have the folder here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last one he got was Rin in a cowboy outfit, which was Mike TV's outfit. So I think, did he get all of them? Let's see, we got Lily, Misha, Shizune, Emi, Hisao, Hanako, Rin. Yeah, I don't think we're forgetting anyone. So he managed to get them all out of his system before he disappeared off the face of the fucking earth.
Yeah.
Alex, that is. But Undertaker, he basically retreated into his... He went back to his own kind, if you want to put it that way. Because, again, like, I proofread his shit for a long time. I begrudgingly joined one of his friends' servers who was an artist who did fat shit. He's real. Yeah. He's real. We'll put
yeah.
For the record.
I mean, I did concept art for his VN idea, which is like a fat shit dating thing. I refused.
Never told me about that one.
But basically, they were going to get fat, and I refused to do the fat ones. But like, I drew like little concept sketch. I say concept, they were shit, but like of the characters, you know, pre getting fat, in a coffee shop. So yeah, like again, like I was really involved with this guy, you know, like yeah. Continue, sorry.
Yeah, so he retreated to his own kind. I eventually left the server because there's nothing for me here. I can't be fucked reading. It will say, put it this way, like I never really put my foot into this whole argument. I basically came in afterwards and I had no say in it.
Yeah,
so
again,
for all intents and purposes, he still liked me.
Yeah, okay, so two things. So like, I didn't know what your thoughts were on it. This is the first time we've talked about it properly. Because yeah, like you never really gave your opinion. And the second thing, because Sleepy didn't get involved at all, and I was only because I DM'd him, so I was involved, and the on the thing on the server was basically between Nico and an Undertaker. He was still friendly with with Sleepy. He might still be, despite the fact that Sleepy was essentially one of the principal ringleaders of it, because he didn't get involved in the thing. So I hope I'm not outing Sleepy here in his involvement.
Dabbing on Sleepy right now.
But yeah, apparently I did some translation for him later on. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want my opinion on it, like, this didn't really like tear everything down for me. I eventually did kind of burn all the bridges, and I won't say that this wasn't a part of it. Maybe it's hard to see like what part has what impact when it's like multiple factors.
Well, you've got to see the drama. I mean, come on, this is the Undertaker episode. I mean, what happened?
But I mean, well, no, repetition. Certain arbitrary limits on repetition bore me. This is kind of known. If I start seeing, like, I listen to the hip hop radio station at work. I don't mind it. It's not my first choice. I don't mind it. But the thing that fucking gets me is that it's the same song on the hour every fucking hour.
Yeah.
I don't need to listen to fucking Post Malone 3 times in a fucking hour for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what did it in for me, is I just realized, because, I big fan of Artul, kind of friends with him, pay a lot of attention to his shit.
You see him, yeah.
Yeah, and seeing like the same derivative work every month churned out by one commissioner fucking does my head in.
Yeah.
So, and the one that really got me was when the Resident Evil 2 remake came out. And he got Lily dressed as a character from that, but fat. And it's like, at that point, it's like running away from the big whatever the fuck he is guy. I'll post it. Hang on. But by that point, like, the work just seemed so fucking derivative and like far from the original source. I was just bored shitless with it. I was like, I'm fucking done. I hate this guy now. There we go.
My life would have been better not seeing that.
Yeah, but I mean, so...
Wait, why does she have a flashlight?
It's dark. I don't know.
But she's fucking blind!
I think that's the joke, maybe. But, yeah, like...
Why is she not wearing a t-shirt? Okay, well, I shouldn't be saying this. You can say that about literally all of my requests. Why is a fucking Roman legionary naked?
Why is she only wearing a helmet that won't protect?
Good woman, out the helmet. Like, yeah, okay, right. I've got no legs to stand on here. Right, fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the same shit over and over again, and it's boring me to fucking death. It's the same issue I have with the waifu fags that subscribe to him. It's the same issue I have with fucking Brogit. Wait, what?
I was one of those waifu fags.
No, you got other shit. That's fine. I mean the waifu fags that every month is myself insert holding her hand.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then will privately get me like fucking bumming her in a bathroom stall. It's great. But if we look at Undertaker's like work, like commissions over the past month, well, not month because we get one a month. We've got St. Patrick's Day Monica from DDLC. We've got Lily But Fat eating on, I'm assuming it's Valentine's Day. An OC, Lily Overweight eating cookies on Christmas. Lily Overweight in lingerie that's about to snap. That one's Monster Musume. Also fat. Blueberry Lily. Lily overweight with Hisao looking like she's in a summer dress. Lily overweight as a Pokemon trainer with that fat fucking sheep that Kibo wants to bonk. Lily overweight. Lily and other characters overweight at a barbecue on fucking 4th of July. St. Patrick's Day Lily, also overweight. The list goes on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, as you can tell. Oh, he also... Oh, just to, he got a commission for my birthday once. He got fucking Lily with cat ears and a maid outfit with a kiwi, with a cake that says "Happy Birthday Moonbear."
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember that, yeah.
That happened.
like, I mean, no, here's the thing. Like, he did a lot of nice. Like, okay, he okay, a lot of artists who are actually good, say that stuff shit or whatever. Like, mine stuff's like, I didn't learn the fundamentals of art or whatever. My stuff's not great, right?
Yeah, no, your stuff sucks.
Yeah, it's like objectively it does. I've got no, and it's like, I mean, I was saying this to like Jan, but like, I know to improve, I have to draw more. I don't want to invest the time to draw more, so I'm not going to improve, and I'm fine with that. It's a decision I've made, but yeah, my stuff sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I can say the same thing, and I give a lot of people shit, like potato. But like, I don't care that you suck at something. I care that you keep bitching that you want to be good at something, but then you do nothing about it. Calling you out, potato.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in this, but yeah, I yeah, my stuff sucks. But he paid me for my art, for my objectively shit art. I can technically say I'm a professional artist because I've been paid. And he just paid me.
The craziest thing is that the people at your tier have to draw fat shit to get paid.
Yeah.
Dabbing on fat shit artists right now.
Yeah, okay. I didn't have to draw fat shit. I just had to draw Trump shit.
Oh, like that's a hard sell for you.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Like,
I'm asking you, what do you mean?
It's not hard to convince you to draw Trump shit. I'm saying you're a raging fucking Republican.
I fully make the time.
Or at least you're definitely prone to jumping on the fucking Make America Great Again bandwagon. You have a MAGA hat, don't you?
No.
I thought you did.
No.
Oh. Who did then?
No, I don't know. Undertaker, probably. But like, I mean, it's like people's political opinions can change. For example, yeah, several years ago, I was pro-Brexit. Now, see, the thing is, at the time,
no, it doesn't matter.
Yes, right. Well, no, whatever. But like, even though like tacitly, I did benefit from the EU then. Now I'm benefiting a lot more from the EU. I take holidays in the EU. I import stuff from the EU. So I am no longer against the EU because I'm actually using it. It'd be incredibly hypocritical of me to try and ban something or whatever that I'm actively benefiting from.
I'm just saying,
But
one door closes, another door opens. Maybe now you can take holidays to New Zealand. Strengthen ties with colonies again.
Listen, right. Ironically, I'm pro Commonwealth. I'm pro Commonwealth. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, it's just kind of like, yeah, at the time. But yeah, my political opinions have changed. But my political opinions are also all over the place. They're not consistent. So I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, so that was kind of the epilogue to it. I eventually kind of severed ties because I just got sick of his shit. If we're airing, crazy theories like we did back then, I low key get the feeling he's following me around the commission sheet. Because these days you basically have to. There's like an Excel spreadsheet at the start of the month.
I know.
Yeah, you pick your slot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'm under the impression that he's following me around, wherever I put my name, he'll put his name next to it. And it basically means I just end up missing half the stream because I'm like, yeah, I can't be fucked sticking around for this. I'm just gonna go play video games. I don't want to see Lily get drawn overweight for the 50th fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but like with dedication and whatever, like I've kind of said like, I wish I was as dedicated as like fucking Kibo is to Momoko and things like that. Like I'm not that passionate about anything in my life. But I mean about like anything. About anything in my life, And like I'll have to admit it's like I would have got very tired from that, but he doesn't seem to have, so credit where it's due, I guess.
mean, as the saying goes, well, I would say not like Kibo in this case, because I think Undertaker's is dedication, but in the case of Kibo, and again, Potato calling you out, all the nigger loves is all the nigger knows, and the nigger that don't know much don't grow much. That's... I learned that from a comedy skit, and it's words to fucking live by.
Oh, sorry, I better be anti-social here and send Maurice a message.
Yeah. Also, if you want to tell him, like, while you're there, it's like, we're talking about Undertaker on the podcast. Do you have any words you want to add?
Oh, yeah.
Just words from Maurice. If anyone else says anything, they can fuck off.
I'll ask Sleepy. Well, Sleepy as well.
Okay.
Word.
So that was basically the epilogue to the saga, as far as we're concerned. As for where are they now? Well, his dedication paid off. We'll put it that way. He started a Patreon where you can subscribe to him for as little as $1 a month.
Hold on.
And
hold on. Don't tell me anything. I got it. Right, I'm putting it Undertaker. Oh, it's not Undertaker 1568, is it?
No, Undertaker 33.
Oh, because I was going to say, cause there's a fat guy in the image for that. I was like,
no.
Oh!
Alright, I don't know how much I'm going to dox on this, but I won't actually show his picture, but he looks really ratty-faced.
Yeah, no, I've seen a picture of him.
Yeah, probably because I showed you it.
Yeah, the one, is it the one of him in drag?
What?
There's a picture of him in drag.
No.
No, I don't think it's like. I think it's just like for like Halloween or something. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I don't have it. Oh my! Hey, all right. Credit to him. If I put Undertaker 33 on Google, DeviantArt that like comes up on the auto queue. So, I mean, power to him. Undertaker 33 is creating BBW weight gain. ... I don't think I want it.
And inflation literature.
I mean, my name on here is SHG. Would it be really bad BM if I tipped them?
Are you really gonna give him money?
Just for the $536. Fuck! Alright. I respect it. Power to him.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, so he started a Patreon where his dedication's paid off. For as little as $1 a month, you can get access to such recent additions like Bloated in the Wild, Chapter 6, Story Artwork, and Legend of Zelda Bloated in the Wild, Chapter 6. Well, actually, no, that's $3 a month. So
5 buns full.
So yeah, his he does writing commissions.
I
forget his rates. But yeah, like you know what? Fuck it. Link in the description below. Like we shit on him enough. If this is what you're into, it's what you're into. Go.
Filling out the front line. He's got good names. Oh. No, again, like I said, like several times. You know, at the time I had a really big problem, but I mean, growing up, I've mellowed. I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore.
We know you've mellowed, you fat fuck.
I was fat then too. That's not the point. Struggling diet warriors. Fuck me.
But yeah, it's a thing.
Insatiable curiosity. All right, I've got to stop this. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you can also follow us back on Twitter, I guess.
I'm just shilling for him to take it out.
Alright. I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah.
I want to stop looking though. But yeah.
I mean, for real, if he's got a side in this that he wants to say, I mean,
that's the story. I guess I should say, do not harass him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to support him, go support him. That's what the links are for.
Yeah. Like in my mind, it's all like this is all settled for me. Like it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It was in my mind a big matter when it happened, but I really don't care, and I wish the best to him. What? I laughed at Madlet. I was trying to make it serious, kind of like, don't war under the bridge. How come Chinese man don't have Chinese keyboard?
It shouldn't make me laugh as much as it. Oh,
dude, Madlet low-key funniest poster.
Yeah. I have to contend with him though, so fuck him. I'm funniest poster. It's like I heard a comedian say it about Mitch Hedberg, but I'm sure it can be said about a lot of comedians where Mitch Hedberg, most comedians say funny things and Mitch Hedberg just says things in a funny way.
Yeah.
That by itself is not funny, but when Manlet says it, it's good. It's great.
Okay, so if you want to move on.
And Moretz says it was the best story arc we ever had.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, I
mean, what are the better arcs? What are the better arcs?
From that era?
Well, I mean, from. I mean, see, the thing is, I consider this server to be a continuation of that server, essentially. So. Base Palo.
No, he doesn't get a say. If you want to see what Pella said, join the Discord. Link in the description below. You had to be there to have an opinion.
But yeah, you were gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say. I think that's about it. Also, I played chess with him. That's kind of how we bonded. Where, like in the thread, I was just, fuck you, kill yourself. Lily's not fat. Free. But then I was playing chess a lot at the time, and he joined one of my chess games. And the moment we had like a DM setting, I was like, yeah, okay. I don't actually hate you, just I don't want you to do this.
Yeah, I mean, again, just because you laughed so hard at the how come Chinese man don't have Chinese keyboard, you kind of ruined the ending of my point. So I'm just going to repeat myself. But
don't repeat the Chinese thing.
But basically, yeah, it's not a big deal. He's again, apart from that, but even then, he was still he's very nice, very sociable person. And yeah, I don't have a problem with him anymore. He's a sound guy. He's not bad. I mean, we all do dumb shit. And again, he's never said the full side of his story, so it could be that there's a full explanation for this, but he hasn't said it.
Yeah, Undertaker, hit me up. I'll do not this podcast because but I'll interview you. It'd be great. Because
whoring yourself
although
out.
I will
Christ.
say it's like um it you know you lie once and it kind of brings into question everything you've said prior. And yeah, he's got a hell of a backstory if it's true.
Yeah. Again, and
Anyway,
I have to say, I wouldn't have thought this stuff if he didn't admit that he'd done the same stuff before with other people, which he is on record. He did say that. Anyway, yes, continue.
you want to talk about Tiger King? I don't know what the fuck this
Tiger.
is, but so here's the thing: is like I first heard about this from like one of those trending tweets.
Yeah,
As in
yeah.
what? But I didn't. Okay, I didn't actually read it. I just went because I look at my trends for you on Twitter just for a laugh. Because usually it'll be like, because for me it'll be like things in New Zealand, and because everyone's talking about Nazis, I'll get like New Zealand Nazis. Well, I'll get like hashtag New Zealand, hashtag Nazis, like hashtag Rugby World Cup. And obviously all three of those are not related, but
Yeah.
it makes for a like what's those things? Those stories where it's like cut and paste, and you're just like, okay, I need a verb, I need a noun.
Fill in the blanks.
Yeah, but they have an actual name.
I don't know. Fucking Cards Against Humanity. I don't fucking know.
No, it's not a soliloquy.
Yeah, I don't know this
It
shit, dude.
starts with an M. I'm pretty sure it starts with an M, but anyway,
Okay,
like,
right. Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually make for one of those, but it makes for like an interesting, like, you know, put these together and what do you get?
Mm.
Obviously, Tiger King in this instance has nothing to do with it, but because the thing I know Tiger King for is they're an MSG brand,
MSG.
monosodium glutamate.
Oh, right. Um, I mean, yeah. So I will fully admit that I was initially very skeptical because I'm a fucking hipster, and if everybody likes something, I automatically don't like it. And everybody was raving about the show, and so I was like, it's going to be shit because all the normies like it. But again, it's a quarantine, so I have literally nothing to do. So I watched it, and holy fucking shit, it is some of the maddest shit I've ever seen. It is mad.
So for
Um,
those who are uninitiated, i.e., me,
right.
because I still don't know anything about this. What is it?
Right. Okay, so it's essentially a 5-year documentary about a gay hillbilly polygamy, like polygamous.
I mean, you already seem gay. Like the two basically go hand in hand.
Drug dealing, kind of singer, narcissistic, zoo owner in the middle of Oklahoma, who breeds tigers
Oh,
and
dude, is
other
it
big
Pella?
cats. Yes, it's Pala. And he breeds tigers and whatever. And there is essentially this woman who is against him. She's for the conservation of big cats, but basically the main threads is did the woman kill her husband to make a fortune? Did Joe hire a hitman to kill her? Did is Doc running a sex cult? The answer to that one is definitely yes. And like all this mad stuff, like it's so like every episode there's like 3 twists. To the point where I can probably give huge amounts of spoilers. And like going into it, I'd already looked at a lot of the memes, so I already knew a lot of the stuff was going on, and I was still shocked.
Can you please spoiler it for me? Because I have no intention of watching this.
Okay, right. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen, this is spoilers from now on.
I don't know. Hang on. Caps lock reminder to find End of spoiler timestamp. Oh yeah.
Okay, so again, it's kind of all these mad stories. So okay, so one of them is a guy is filming a reality show about it, but it shows Joe breaking a lot of rules. So Joe, again, it's kind of like, did the guy do it or did Joe do it? Joe Exotic being the Tiger King. But the studio with all the recordings and it goes up in flames. There were 7 crocodiles that also died, and the 7 crocodiles belonged to Michael Jackson. That's just like one part of one episode. One of his lovers shoots himself by saying that this gun isn't loaded. If it doesn't have the clip in, it won't fire. Look, he puts it to his head and he pulls the trigger and he kills himself. The camera is reacting to this libertarian dude who says the greatest line in the show, which is about, in my opinion, the greatest line of the show, which is about him having to cooperate with the feds to like testify against them. And he says he hates the feds. I'm a libertarian, so technically fuck the feds. But he's kind of like this overweight guy. But he watched this guy, like, and the recording is actually, if you look at the big meme dump I did, it's the one with the fat guy with his hands on his face. Like, the reason that expression is, because like a guy just blew his brains out in front of him.
How fucking far back am I going, and in which channel?
It's in shitpost. Just type in Tiger King.
I'm gonna just scroll back. Alright, and I posted that.
Yeah, there's a big dump. So yeah, so the fat woman killed like
not this fat guy. I'm just like the picture of the brony, the fat brony that fucking Buttery posted last night.
Oh,
or this morning.
No, okay, so it's
definitely not him.
Right, so it's yesterday, about 30 hours ago. If you just Google Nazball, sorry, not Google, search Nazball, and it's right below there.
Oh, here we go. Found them.
Yeah.
My expression when a coworker does a mind-blowing trick.
Yeah. Like, literally just off camera, this guy blew his brains out.
See, I didn't get this. I didn't really put the thread together. This was. Oh, fuck me.
What?
No, the picture of the like the guy in the leopard print toga on a leash.
Yeah.
I've been seeing this the past couple of days. I didn't know it had anything to do with this.
Yeah, that's her new husband after she totally did not kill her old husband. And fed him to the tigers.
But no, like I hadn't linked all of these memes together. Like I knew the meth looking motherfucker had to do with this. I didn't know about the rest.
Yeah, if you scroll up a bit, can you see the one where he's wearing the bomber jacket? It's above the Dave Bautista at home one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this woman got her arm torn off in a tiger cage, and Joe's first thing to do is put on a bomber jacket, and then he goes into the gift shop and he just says, I won't do the accent, but like, I don't want to. Just gotta let you all know something before the news get to it. A woman has had her arm torn off by a tiger. If you'd like a rain check or a refund, just let me know. He's handing out condoms with his face on them to children. Yeah.
But the point I would want to make is, like, when I first saw the mind-blowing trick, I just thought, like, soy boy. And just keep scrolling.
I bet, yeah, you've got, man, it's such a, there's just so much in it. Like, there's plenty of Netflix shows like Making a Murderer that are like 10 episodes, and it really should just be like 3 or 4. But this is like 7 episodes, and they cut so much stuff. Like, there's the one where it's about if Freddy Krueger and Crocodile Dundee had a baby who smoked, and it's that guy. He's the reality TV dude, but he used to be a journalist, and he recorded a 20-year documentary about how he was a functional journalist while he smoked meth. And in the documentary, he beats his wife and he hits his children. And he does hard drugs on the job. and he released that himself. That's his documentary.
I mean, credit to freedom of the press, I guess.
Yeah, but he's basically kind of like a wannabe Hunter S. Thompson sort of person.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't know who? Okay, there's a. Well, he did Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He wrote that, but
watched it.
But I mean, basically, he just.
I was supposed to go watch it, but like, there was a day like a couple of weeks ago where I was like, I'm gonna watch movies, and I watched and I was thinking about it, but then I got the name wrong, and I ended up watching the other movie that I was thinking of. No Country for Old Men, that one.
Oh, that's a good film. Okay, so I'm gonna read out Hunter S. Thompson's schedule. Just for clarification here, a Dunhill is a cigarette, right?
Okay.
So, 3 p.m. Rise, 3:05 Chivas Regal with the morning papers, Dunhill cigarette, 3:45 cocaine, 3:50 another glass of Chivas, Dunhill.
Oh, 4:05. I've seen this before.
Oh, well, okay, I won't read it out then.
No, I prefer the college students' day and a meal thing.
Oh,
if you've seen that one.
Not off the top of my head, no. But you would have seen like the original version where it's like the activated almonds and shit and the alkalized water. Yeah.
And then there was an edited version of like just some like college student where he's like, 1 p.m. Sausages and Milky Bars, like 2 p.m. cocaine, 3 p.m. a yard of feta cheese.
Yeah.
And then it's like 3 a.m. just screaming.
So should I finish reading this out for the
go for it. Sorry, start from the beginning again. I'll shut up.
Right, okay. 3 p.m. Rise, 3:05 Chivas Regal with morning papers, Dunhill cigarette, 3:45 cocaine, 3:50 another glass of Chivas, Dunhill, 4:05 first cup of coffee, Dunhill, 4:15 cocaine, 4:16 orange juice, Dunhill, 4:30 cocaine, 4:54 cocaine, 5:05 cocaine, 5:11 coffee, Dunhills, 5:30 more ice in the Chivas, 5:45 cocaine, 6 p.m. Weed to take the edge off, 7:05 Woody Creek Tavern for lunch, Heineken, 2 margaritas, 2 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries, a plate of tomatoes, coleslaw, a taco salad, a double order of onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine, and for the last ride home, a snow cone, a glass of shredded ice, over which is poured 3 or 4 jiggers of cocaine. 9 p.m. Starts cocaine seriously. 10 p.m. drops acid, 11 p.m. chartreuse, cocaine, weed, 11:30 cocaine, midnight, Hunter is ready to write. 12:05 to 6 a.m. chartreuse, cocaine, weed, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice, gin. 6 a.m. In the hot tub, champagne, Dove bars, fettuccine Alfredo. 8 a.m. Halcyon, 8:20 sleep. But there's this video of him basically getting interviewed in like the mountains in I think like Colorado or something, and him and his neighbor like they're on farms, are having a disagreement, and they just start shooting at each other.
Hunter S. Thompson or this documentary?
Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson. But he's using like this antique like Luger, and they're just fucking shouting at each other while like shooting each other. But actually, if I mention it, I may as well just fucking pull it up so it can be in the notes. Again, it's not that related to this, apart from he's basically incredibly high functioning drug addict and alcoholic. This guy's kind of. Oh,
you ever feel that our society is just too decadent? Like. So. Like you gotta wonder. Like, you gotta wonder just, like, the economic viability of sustaining someone like that. It's just what I'm getting at there.
I mean, he did shoot himself, so... But yeah, okay, the video's only 30 seconds, if you want to watch.
I'll watch it later, because noise. Right.
But yeah, so... But I mean, yeah, this is one of the, like... Yeah, so that guy's batshit. There's a scene where essentially one of the workers is driving in like a mod car with a skeleton riding shotgun,
Based.
And like it's so fucking like the show is so mad that you don't even think about it. Like, oh okay, yeah, that's normal. There's also a bit where so basically the two guys that Joe marries are straight. He just uses drugs to get them. And one of his lines is basically saying like, okay, do you watch porn? It's like yes. And when you watch porn, do you watch porn where the girl's getting railed by a big dick or a little dick? And the guy's like, oh, well, with the big dick, obviously. And he's just, well, you ain't that straight. Um, so that's where the hot dog meme is. And apparently Pornhub, it's probably just publicity, but Pornhub said that there was a record amount of searches for little dick porn. Because people are just self-conscious. I don't want to. I'm not gay, so I'm not going to watch girl get railed by a big dick. But yeah, you've got
time to enter the statistic because I'm wondering how much of it is out there. Small caps lock's on. Whoops. Small cock. Cam girl gets fucked hard as she laughs at my small cock on webcam. Blonde. Fat boy with small cock trying to fuck his tiny roommate girl.
But yeah, there's in the show there's an actual like an ex-drug lord. He did 12 years for like cocaine dealing, and he is like the most sane person on the show, and takes the best care of the animals and shit like that. Like everyone else is exploiting the animals or whatever. They're all horrible people, but it's just mad to watch. Like, so Doc uses his animals to get laid. So does Jeff Lowe. Jeff Lowe steals the zoo. Jeff Lowe, this is my opinion, but Jeff Lowe also entraps Joe Exotic to hire a hitman to kill Carol, and then they hand them over to the police, so he's in prison now, and Jeff Lowe steals the zoo. And yeah, it's all just fucking...
Yeah,
like Jeff Lowe uses...
This is some, like, Nero shit.
Yeah, no, it's like, so Carol is basically using her massive wealth from, again, not killing her husband at all, to basically lobby Congress and whatever to cancel all her competition. She doesn't do the tiger cub petting, but she still allows people to come to a zoo, charges them, and her entire workforce is volunteer workforce labor, using a t-shirt system. So if you work there for a year, you get like a different color t-shirt or whatever. So she's exploiting them in that, like, using like massive amounts of unpaid labor, and still keeping the animals in cages, even though she wants all animals to not be in cages, but she don't keep. So she's lobbying Joe because they keep them in cages, Joe and Doc, but she keeps them in cages as well. And she also charges for people to see them. She also charges for people to get their pictures taken with them. Wow, she also says that anyone who poses with an animal is the problem, but there's lots of pictures of her posing with her animals. So, like, she's a massive hypocrite. Joe, yeah, is like, uses drugs and the animals to entice men, to become their husband, and is batshit crazy. And Doc runs a sex cult where he takes, like, 18, 19-year-old women, gives them a job, makes them change their name, makes them live on the property, and has massive amounts of sex with them, and marries them all. So he has, like, 4 wives. Those are the big players. And there's a ton of other side characters. and like I said,
this
every
is real.
has like 3. This is real. This is all real. It's not reality. Again, like in the show, they talk about one of the guy who was like, this is the perfect reality show because it's all real. And yeah, his recordings get burned down with their crocodiles owned by Michael Jackson. This is all real.
Yeah, this is some, like, Imperial Rome shit.
Yeah, and I haven't even, like I've said some of it. I haven't even said, like, there's so much. There's so fucking much in it. You've honestly, you've got to watch it. I know you said you've got no interest, but, I mean, you've got to watch it, dude. It's...
Fuck me. I don't know.
Are you doing literally anything else?
I mean, Grinding War Thunder. I'm watching Oranges. I think it's called Oranges. I don't know, what is it called? Shit. Orange. It's not plural. It's a really gay anime, to be honest. It's,
Well-
it's a shitty romance thing about apparently some kid kills himself and like his friends from 10 years later send a letter to their 10 like themselves 10 years ago to try and save them. I think, I don't know, I'm halfway through it and it's boring as shit.
Well, okay, I'll just say that I was telling this to Sleepy, and I told Sleepy to watch it, and he watched it and he loved it, and like, I'm all about this show. But yeah, okay, that's it. Fuck, we managed to squeeze a lot out of like something where nothing happened. Okay, is there anything else?
I'm gonna read this other title: Small Japanese girl testing by two small cocks, face censored. It has 3.8 million views, 64% like rate, and it's 50 minutes long. I'll leave it in podcast.
The fucking podcast links are gonna get us banned.
Oh, I'm not gonna put that one in the podcast, but if you're listening and you want this, hit me up. I'll hook you up, man. Although, yeah, I really didn't expect we were gonna get much out of today either.
Yeah, same.
All I
Absolutely
really had
same.
planned was just like ranting about the state of COVID-19. Although on the terms of like being so bored and watching shit, I watched TV last night. There was a
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a movie
Actual
on.
TV.
There was a movie on, so I watched television while I ate dinner, and it was boring as shit. I watched a movie called The Fifth Wave, starring Chloe Moretz, which is the only reason I watched it. Do you know who she is, just for the record?
Nope.
I
No, not at all.
Not at all. Fucking Zoomers, man.
The name means nothing to me.
She was like B's top girl behind Boxy back in the day.
Okay,
So, like-
wait, tell me her name. I might recognize her face. What's her name?
Chloe Moretz.
Oh! Oh, fuck, I know her! I don't even have to Google it.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in lots of stuff. Yeah.
She's fucking 23. She's younger than I am. What the fuck? And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was a B at 2012.
Yeah, but I'm
2013.
thinking like, I was lusting after this chick when I was 14. God
Yeah,
damn!
you had an opportunity, dude.
Fuck me. I still have an opportunity. Fuck you. When did this movie
Rape is
come
not an opportunity.
When did this movie come out? Just...
Wait, you watched this film just because I had her in it?
Oh yeah, I like said I was like going out to get my dinner and the TV was on. I was like, hey, Chloe Moretz is on the TV. It's like, fuck it, I'll sit down here and I'll watch TV. I got nothing better going on.
You fucking cool.
So it was 2016. So she was legal back then. That's okay. But yeah, I was basically just watching it as a reminder of how much I want to train her throat. But the movie was so shit. So the story is like she's just a regular high school girl, She's like lusting after that quarterback on the football team, and she plays football. She plays actual football.
Yeah, based.
But then like aliens invade, but they don't actually invade.
That was not the direction I was expecting it to go.
Well, it's called The Fifth Wave, and so like the aliens invade, and by aliens invade,
I thought it was going to be like feminism or something.
No, although there is some of that. But yeah, So the mothership of aliens like start orbiting the Earth and they do nothing, but then suddenly an EMP hits, and everything goes into chaos, and then they start
Dun,
like
dun, dun.
having earthquakes, and family starts dying, and then a plague hits like super COVID-19. I think that's why they are airing this movie now. People die. Her mother dies. So sad. And then and all of these are classified as waves. So like the virus was like the third wave, and now her dad and her 10-year-old brother, who has this like gay obsession with his teddy bear, are like going inwards to join this community. I'm going to spoil this entire movie because it's bad and nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah.
So they go in, they go like join like the community out in the woods, and then the army shows up, and they're like, "We're gonna get the children and we're gonna take them to a safe place." And they're like, "Okay," but this regular high school girl doesn't get on because her gay brother has this obsession with this teddy bear, so she has to go get it because he's fucking useless. Like I don't know how useless you were when you were 10 years old, but fuck me, this kid's useless. Literally just like a walking bullet magnet that doesn't get shot at. But then they're like, the army's like, we're taking just the kids, and then the parents start like getting angry, so the army kills all the parents, and our main girl was like not there, so she survives barely, and then she starts like trekking across Ohio. This all takes place in Ohio.
I mean, that is a wasteland, so...
Yeah, so they start walking towards the Air Force base where they took all the children. Because, by the way, the reason why the army is rounding everyone up, apparently, like, the aliens, we're now approaching, like, the fourth and fifth wave where aliens have started looking like humans. It could be anyone. Ooh. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of foreshadowing here. Guess what? The army's the shape changes. Who fucking knew?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. But part of their big plan is to make child soldiers out of like all the children they abduct, so that they can go kill the survivors by making them think that they're the aliens. Ooh. So this regular high school girl is now like trekking across Ohio with an M4 carbine that she doesn't know how to use, but she looks gangster and like strong female protagonist. And then she gets shot in the leg. And she's like, oh my god, fuck. And then she wakes up a week later in this bedroom with an IV drip. And this really cute guy is taking care of her.
Is it the football player?
No. He got abducted, and now he's a child soldier. Who's conveniently the squad lead of her brother, the 10-year-old useless kid, because he got abducted, now he's conscripted into this child soldier thing. Yeah, I know, small world, right? And by small world, we mean Ohio. So
fucking Coney could have learned some shit from there.
So yeah, she's like trapped in this house with this guy, and they try to get to know each other, and like a lot of gun pointing, and she tries to run away, but yeah, shit. So then they're like, I need to find my brother, and she's like, fine, I'll go with you. He's like, no, don't go with me. It's like, I'm going with you. You're useless. I'm not useless. You're useless. Okay, I'm useless. By the way, I'm still limping because I was shot like, a couple weeks ago. That won't slow me down or anything. So yeah, they start going to the Air Force base, and training goes on. And then we switch to the football guy and her brother, and like they're going on a mission. Well, no, they get a new recruit who's this punk ass girl. She's a real strong female protagonist. She knows how to shoot guns, and she punches guys in the throat who stare at her ass. Real
Cringe.
badass.
Yeah.
Won't tolerate any sexism. So she joins the squad and she's like, real, I'm not going to listen to you, you know. All these useless kids are basically like cannon fodder. And then like her and the football, like the quarterback spar, and the quarterback kicks her ass because he's a man and he's taller than her and stronger. Like, realism.
Yeah, who
but
doesn't
but
that?
you know what? They fought, so now she respects him.
Oh god.
Anyway, they go on their first mission together, and because this kid is so useless, this 10-year-old kid, they lock him in the bathroom so that he doesn't have to go on this mission. And then they're on this mission, and they've got this, because the aliens are brains parasite. It's like hijacking the people, allegedly. We'll say allegedly. So they have like these X-ray goggles that totally work, that let you know that, hey, look, these guys that are glowing green have brain parasite. So they're killing them, and then you know what? They reach like cover, and they're like to take a breather. And they're like, you know what? This shit's fucked. And so badass punk bitch takes her tracker out of the back of her neck, and then she starts glowing green. And they're like, oh shit, she's infected. I was like, no, she's not. It just turns out that the tracker stopped you glowing green. We're not
wait,
fucking.
what?
We're not.
What?
I know, plot twist. By the way, they had trackers implanted in them. It's like, oh look, we're not fighting the fifth wave. We are the fifth wave. Roll credits, because that's the name of the movie, Fifth Wave.
I think I know how everyone else feels when I start going on about like football.
Yeah, dude, I had to.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I had to watch this. I didn't have to. I watched this.
You didn't have to. You just wanted to fucking see Chloe Moretz's throat.
Saw her thighs though, because she got shot in the thigh, so that was good. So then we like, oh, they've got this big thing, and then so that they realize, oh shit, we're gonna go save that useless kid. So the squad lead, the jock, he puts his tracker back in his neck somehow, so that he can get evac'd to go back to the army base. But at the same time, Chloe Moretz and her totally hot starter hauling ass across the woods when they get confronted, and then she finds out, oh shit, this really cute guy is actually a sleeper agent working for the aliens, but turns out the reason the aliens are invading is they think love is an illusion, but I found true love in you. And then they kiss, and yeah. Actually, no, they kissed before this, and then they find this out, so then she starts running away, but he loves her too much, so he keeps chasing after her, so that he blows up the Air Force base.
Right.
Yeah, so like they're running around, the squad and Chloe Moretz band together, and this guy blows up the base, and they run away, and hope is what makes us human. Hope is why we survive. And it's like, this is a global invasion. You're like 5 people. You're not going to survive this. This is mass extinction. World's already fucked. Oh, it turns out it received generally unfavorable reviews from critics for the CGI.
I can't imagine why.
It grossed $109 million worldwide against a $54 million budget.
That's so it was a success.
But yeah, I can understand the unfair reviews for the CGI, because like the beginning's like disaster movie shit, like, oh look, a tsunami, and it crashes into New York, because New York is the only city that ever gets disastered.
Yeah, America.
Also, planes falling out of the sky 10 seconds after an EMP hits. Just like not like falling like ballistically, just like
just
all momentum stops and it falls right next to a suburb. So yeah, that's how I spent last night.
It sounds fun.
God,
I
Chloe
think.
Moretz is hot.
So should we wrap it up there?
Fuck me, just
Are you just looking at pictures of Chloe Moretz?
yes. She's got that same that's like passive smirk that Natalie Dorner also has. It's the face that you just want to fuck.
I'm sorry, I'm totally typing this in general.
It's the Ian Chloe has like the accent shit.
Yeah, the 2 dots. Yeah.
Oh. She began acting at the age of 6. Her early roles was yeah. All right. Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Oh, it's good ending. Good ending.
Fuck you, Jack. Fuck you, man. Thanks for coming, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for listening. Stay safe.
Oh, apparently she was. Dude, she was in Dishonored. She was in Dishonored.
Never played it.
I played it for like an hour and then I stopped playing and I never went back. I don't know why. But I mean, it'd be all over you. You'd be all over this shit. It's like steampunk, imperial British shit.
Yeah, but I'm not that good at like stealth games.
Really? Stealth games are easy. Just don't get seen, forehead.
I mean, I don't know if good's the right term, but like I'm just not into them really.
I like them.
I'm too lazy, and that's the problem. I'm too lazy.
I guess it depends on the. I like being the hunter, not the hunted. So horror stealth games are gay. I don't want to play Alien Isolation.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like with certain games, I think it's fine. Like, I'm okay with. Like, I like stealth games like the top down one, like the isometric one, with like Sengoku PV Japan. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, the one that you recommended all that time ago.
Yeah. Like I like that one, but like, yeah, I'm often just too lazy. Good, but that's more like a puzzle game, and you can just pause it. Like I like figuring stuff out, but like I'm just too like fuck. If it's a game where like stealth is optional, then I'll like try for the first couple of minutes, and then I'll just fucking blast everyone.
Oh, dude, it'd be fun to see you take on Hitman.
No, I have Hitman.
Have you played it?
I completed the first one.
What do you mean the first one?
Oh, sorry. I'm on about like the new Hitman. I played Blood Money as the old one. I played Blood Money.
I think I got like halfway through Blood Money, and because I'm the opposite, where I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to perfect this. So it's like 15 dummy runs, or like running into rooms I'm not allowed, and it's like, okay, that's their restart. That's their restart. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like that, but the problem is kind of just like the whole drawing thing. I just don't care about much. The pic's kind of posted.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at image now. Fucking Skynet's posting fat anime ass. Not anime. Fucking IRL ass.
Look on general.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah.
This was nice. See ya.
Yeah. See you guys.